Hi guys, and welcome to something I am trying out. I will be recording some art videos, so I hope this works out. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Sanjoki Alcohol markers that I don't know if they're new, but I've been hearing a lot about them. I bought the 120, technically 119, including the blender brush. I got these off of Amazon, maybe for $40. For 120, like that's really solid. I'm not good at math, so let's just say like 30 cents each maybe. I have zero experience when it comes to alcohol markers. I've vaguely used Copics in the past, but they never were like the main medium for a project. If you want to try alcohol markers but Copics are, stupid expensive, highly recommend these. I'm pretty sure they're even cheaper than Ahuhu markers. I never tried those before, maybe they're better, but these were the cheapest option I could find, and they were very smooth. They didn't come in order. I had to organize all of them myself. I'm not mad about it. I actually really enjoyed testing them out. One thing that I wanted to try for my first piece with it is I wanted to try making a drawing that I could use a lot of colors in just to test out the markers. I don't really like what I did with this piece, but I'm trying to do this thing where I just finish something without having to worry so much on how it's gonna turn out. Just do something for the sake of trying it. Because yeah, this is my first time using something, and I don't, I shouldn't be so hard on myself. I used my tiny little sketchbook to get the idea down, and then I transferred the sketch over to Procreate. And then I started, working on the line art and just a general sketch, maybe changing up the design. And God, I wish I changed the pose because it's super stiff. But, it's okay. We're here to test out the markers, not question whether or not I want to make art my career. I do, though. I promise I do. I'm trying my best. And then I actually printed the picture out, and I'm going to transfer it over to a new sketchbook I got with these markers. The sketchbook is actually a Ahuhu sketchbook. I've never used the Ahuhu markers. I know that they're another competitor to Copic markers, but let me just, when I say this sketchbook is so fine, I promise you this is probably the best quality of paper I have ever used for a medium. Maybe it's because it's meant for alcohol marker. I've been using mixed media paper probably for my entire want of being an artist, and I highly recommend this sketchbook. I'm not very true to the whole brand thing where, if you're using Copic markers, you should use a Copic marker sketchbook. I don't know if those exist. One thing I definitely wish I did differently, I didn't use anything to attach them together to make sure that it was consistently aligned. So every time I slightly moved, my sketch was a little bit wonky compared to my digital sketch. It wasn't a perfect match. So next, something I always do for any medium, not just alcohol markers that I'm trying out, is pick your palette before you draw. I highly recommend this to anyone who's starting out with art because, the whole meme of the sketch versus the final and the line art or the colors just don't match up with your vision. The planning part of drawing is so important and very underrated. So I started out coloring with a green blue, almost a teal, And my biggest mistake, okay, fine, I'll stop saying mistake. Something that I didn't realize, I should say, is I thought the color would lighten a little bit after using them. It doesn't. It doesn't lighten it. And I know other brands like maybe Ohuhu or definitely Copic have pastel versions of colors, but you know, the digital print out of the colors I got as a reference for the Sanjoki markers didn't really match what they actually looked like on paper. So the teal definitely didn't lighten the way I wanted it to, but I'm kind of still enjoying it, so I'm continuing it. The blendability of these markers, I can't really make a solid comparison to Ohuhu or Copic because I haven't used them enough, but I'm telling you, they work really well. They really work well. And maybe, you know, you'll beat me up in the comment section for how shitty I am when it comes to coloring and blending. Again, this is my first time using these, and I had fun. I had a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend the Sanjoki alcohol markers to anyone who's wanting to try this new medium. See this brown? This awesome brown? Yeah, I'm going to try and blend it with this green. I didn't use a transition color, so that it was more like the markers saved me, and it was my actual experience, or I guess ability to use them, is what kind of was the downfall to this. I promise you again, these markers are so blendable, especially when they are freshly wet, which is something I actually had to learn. I didn't know you had to be fast using alcohol markers. No, I'm kind of used to it because I used a lot of watercolor growing up when I was doing traditional art, so it wasn't so bad. But yeah, I definitely wish I tried searching and using a middle ground between the green and the brown. One thing I will say is be careful opening these markers over your piece because you will get a little bit of a splash. I learned that the hard way, and thankfully it didn't actually get on the piece I was working on or any important areas. It was just on the corner. So if you ever open these like as aggressive as I do, I highly suggest moving like your piece away from where the marker is. Yeah, this entire process of the hair was just me trial and error trying to figure out how I can blend. I feel like towards the end I got a good grasp on how to do it, but by then the damage was already done. So moving forward, this is what the drawing looked like. I definitely am telling myself at this point to trust the process because it does not look, at least in my standards, as well as I wanted it to. So I decided to go in with some Prismacolor pencils. Here's my little guy, my little doodad that I use to sharpen my pencils. Shout out to you, Daiso. You really have the good stuff. I'm just going in with the colors dark brown, green, and black to kind of just line art everything. And the colored pencils worked really well on this paper and really well with these markers. I think that's something that I've been looking for in another medium, is just the blendability of multiple different mediums like colored pencils and watercolor. And not only was this paper a great find, but these Sanjoki markers are really good with other medias. I have a thing for thick line art, so you'll definitely see me going back and trying to thicken or make the opacity of the lines so much more significant. If you see my work on Instagram, thick lines save lives. Finally, this is how the piece turned out. I actually ended up going back and adding some stickers and trying out watercolor. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please feel free to leave a like or a comment down below. I would like to do more of these videos, so let me know if you want to see anything in particular or have any questions. Thank you guys, and see you soon.